miracles, virtue showcases, and certification. This segment will offer you ways to generate visibility for your effort. In many schools, principals tell about the huge changes that have occurred within themselves and others in the school community. Don't sell yourself short by failing to share the stories to illustrate these changes. First, let's talk about miracles. Jesus spoke in parables, and his stories help us to organize our thoughts about his life and how that life matters to us here today. The timeless gospel stories are relative to our life experiences when we think about these themes. For instance, the story of the woman at the well is about refusing to judge others and remaining open to the possibility of personal conversion. The woman left Jesus at the well and ran to tell others of the power he had in knowing her circumstance and in challenging her to personal conversion. Miracles can be big and small. In some VBRD schools, we have heard reports of parents returning to church, teachers experiencing a healing from an emotional injury when contemplating virtue. Children have prayed about conflicts and decided to stand on higher ground with another person they have struggled to get along with for years. The result? Friendship replaced animosity when they realized their responsibility to be forgiving. Record the big and small incidents that occur in your building. It's really important, and even those at home. Consider having a virtue jar in your office where parents can drop a slip of paper sharing a story about their miracles at home. Know that miracles are the power demonstration that implementation is working, and they help us to organize our thoughts around the value of cultivating virtue and using restorative practices. These events must be recorded and shared. Have staff bring one per month to your staff meeting. These testimonies will inspire others when they're shared. Keep a log of miracles as they are gathered. Be sure to share them with parents and give parents a way to share their own. One school keeps a miracle jar at the sign-in area in the office, where parents can place them in that jar for the principal to read. Take time to record these stories on video and share them with students, but always be careful to leave out names. Virtue showcases are a great way to spread the message of your virtue projects with parents. Showcasing great ideas for practical application of holy habits will strengthen implementation and provide parents with the help they need in the day-to-day dilemmas they face with discipline at home. Consider having a parent-child activity night. These are simple activities that build community. Be sure to have a guest speaker to share the short testimony about the virtue you're showcasing and how practicing these holy habits has been life-changing. Perhaps hosting a parent circle by grade levels, allowing parents to experience the circle and the great connection with other parents. Have a theme and a simple question for reflection prior to beginning the circle. When parents have a class meeting experience, they then can replicate this at home with a family meeting. Have a student panel. This allows students to share their virtue projects and discuss the positive impact virtue is having on them. Be sure to schedule these special events as part of other events that bring parents together, such as Christmas or spring concerts or plays. You will be sure to have a better audience this way and have a giveaway for parents with a message that can be discussed at home. Certification. Which are you? Gung-ho is your enthusiasm for this work, bringing a good harvest. Are you noticing changes in your life? This can become a school-wide change that inspires you toward full certification as a school of distinction in VBRD. So consider surveying your community to enable you to assess the progress of your efforts. Ongoing prayer and cultivation of personal virtue are critical to staff and parents, as well as students. Class meetings and keeping logs to review content, a vibrant virtue display throughout your building, creative ways of expressing virtue are always important to document. And a record of your miracles, the ongoing conversion stories that inspire all of us. And tracking your discipline incidents, reflecting reduction in frequency and a reduction in severity. And finally, your ongoing professional development for new resources and best practices. These are all signs of a gung-ho school. Then there are the so-so schools. Is your school content with where you are with VBRD? Do you feel you are doing a good job and have no need to further train or look for new resources? You may need the inspiration of your VBRD team to keep you thinking about the good results that can come from implementation of these principles with fidelity. Then there are the oh no schools. If your school community is struggling to be positive, you may fit in this category. Is your leadership within the school inspiring others? Is the type of school setting that you've created inspiring others to be better people? All it takes is one person to change this to a gung-ho school. VBRD is a collaborative process in which a group can share the responsibility and the accountability for being the face of Christ in everyday actions. Encourage one another to be better at responding to the needs of peers, parents, and students. You can make a difference. Each year there is a training institute offered to train new schools interested in VBRD and to provide ongoing professional development and new resources for current schools. This is an annual award for work done in the school year that comes to a close in June. For more details, see virtuebase.org. For your reflection, our questions for this segment are these. What do you need to bring full commitment to this process? After hearing about showcases, miracles, and certification, are you willing to support this long term? For this discussion, consider these questions. Allow your group time to reflect. After hearing about showcases, miracles, and certification, are you willing to support this long term? Reflect on this, share your answers, and consider what it would take to go from where you are. If you're not gung-ho, how can we get there? Not just me, but all of us together. Thank you.